What's up, you guys? Fallen Falcon Z here, and today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to make a 85 by 85 simple Roblox house. So as you can see here, I am on the Roblox terrain. I don't usually build on this, but I feel like building on this for this type of build. So this will probably look a lot better on a normal base plate. And yeah, over here we have a player scaler. You can get one of these off the free models, or you can just look up noob or something. And the reason why I use this is so that I can scale certain things like windows, doors, etc. And let's get started here. So what I want to do is make an outline around this box for the walls. And to do this, I need to scale the front door. And for this build, I don't really want to do a double door, so I'm just gonna copy this here and start working on the outline. So what you basically want to do is try to divide this here and figure out where the middle would be, or you could just do this pretty much where you just guess. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have it like this, and I'm going to move it to a point, and then I'm just going to copy and paste it and bring it to the other side. And there, that's literally all you really need to do for that. So now let's just try to scale how big I want the door. Oh, why isn't this working? Okay, there we go. So I guess this is a pretty sizable door. We could make it a little bit bigger, we could make it a little smaller. It's all up to you. The point of this build is to give you like something you can build onto. Not exactly, this isn't like a full-on, oh yeah, let's furniture this house, we'll furnish this house and let's like do this and that. You don't have to make it exactly how I build it. It's just something that you can build onto. So now let's just let's make these walls a little bit wider. So let's bring them out to like about there. And what we're gonna want to do is pretty much make the outline for the door. So I'm gonna make this a pretty tall door. I prefer like tall doors and tall windows. You can make it however you want. I'll show you guys like an example here. Like this is a tall door. You can like make it much more simple. You could have it just like this. It's all just choice here. You can choose how you want your door. But for this, I'm going to make everything pretty tall. So that's the door here. And what we want to do now is make the windows. So let's make the outline for the windows here. I'm going to probably have them 5 studs away from the door. So let's do that to both sides. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make these windows a little bit like closer to each other, and they're going to be tall windows. There's all types of windows you can make. I'm going to do a simple one in this video. It's just going to be a squared one. I know how to make like these arched ones, or arched. I don't know how you say it. I don't even remember, but you can make all types of windows here. So I'm just going to do a simple one that just looks like that. And for the sake of this video, I'm going to, just do a lot of windows in the front. There is not going to be any windows on the side. You guys can choose if you want to do them on the sides, but I'm just going to just put windows in the front. Alright, so I just copied all these windows throughout into the front, and I'm not going to be adding to the sides like I said previously. And what we're going to want to do now is add the dividers in between these windows. Right now it just looks like blocks and there's not really much yet, but you'll see where the little bits of detail go in. So I'm just going to start adding these blocks here. So there's many ways like you can do the windows, of course. You can make them wider, like it's just all what you want to do. Okay, now I put the dividers in, or at least the majority. Let me put the last ones in. Alright, so now that we have all the dividers in, what we're going to want to do is make these windows here go out just a little bit. So you want to change your increments to 0.1 and just do this. It doesn't matter how far out or far in you want it, it's just personal preference. You can just, there's a quicker way. You can just copy all these and do it at once. Okay, so now that we have that, you could just do it simple and just do this right off the bat. Like, you could have it close in like that, or you can make it flat and have it go like about here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make this a little bit, I'll just make it like that. So now you want to do that to all windows, unless you want to just do something different with your window. So I'm going to add this to all of them. Alright, so I added all these little things on the window to all of the windows over here. Now what we're going to want to do is probably add the other outlines to the walls. So let's just make the walls in general. We can do these really quick. So just take these blocks, rotate them, or just whatever way you want to do it, and add them to all sides. Alright, so I added all these walls in, and there's a reason why I didn't want to put the windows in, and that's because I do not know if I were to divide this where the windows would go. So usually when I would probably add windows if I knew what the rooms were going to be like, and what I usually do is to outline what my rooms would be like. I'd do something like this. Like, this is just an example here. I'm not actually making a room or something, but like I'd outline it and then I'd add my windows there. But for the sake of this video, I'm not going to be adding any windows to any of these walls, because it's all up to you guys if you want to add windows or not, and to divide whatever's inside here. You could just have this completely open, or you could just add rooms. It's all up to you here. So now that we have everything here set up, I kind of add a little bit more detail to this. So since we're like on terrain, it looks a little weird because there's like these big blocks here, but just try to ignore it. What we're gonna want to do is copy one of the wall blocks and have it just like go out just like this, and you're gonna want to copy that all around. And something that a lot of people don't do is that they don't really tend to add a lot of blocks to their builds to make it like a little bit like a 3D effect. That's something a lot of people don't do, and literally something as simple as that makes something look a lot more nice. So yeah, let's just add these all around. Alright, so I decided to bring the house all the way up here onto a base plate, because it kind of would have looked weird if I kind of kept building down there, because I had that base plate that was under this house, and that was so that everything was evened out. So I decided to just continue building it from up here, and then I'll bring it back down when we are done. So I raised the house up a little bit, as you can see, because I kind of want to add a patio. So let's do that. I don't know how high I want this house to go up, so actually let's see. I want to do this here. I don't want the patio too high up. I want it about, let's see what length I'm going for here. Trying to make sure it's symmetrical. Okay, I want to go for about that size, yeah. And then I'd say that's a pretty fair height. So let's bring it out to 20 studs, and let's actually make it a little bit lengthier. So let's like bring it out halfway over here, then halfway out over here. This might not be exactly symmetrical, but in your old build you probably want to make sure that this is symmetrical. So now we have this floating problem here. Let's actually fix that. Just drag these down, unless you want to put an entire block here. Just copy all this. Not copy it, actually click all of it and bring it down to there. Alright, so now that you did that all around here, you might as well just copy it over onto the patio. So just do the similar thing here. Instead of like making multiple blocks, you can just have the same exact block and just do it like this. And there you go. That's simple right there. Now, we want to add the stairs that go up from this, so let's also add the stairs. Let's try to even this out here. I want to see, make sure that this is perfect. Don't worry about it all being the same color right now, where we will recolor it towards the end. Because when I build things, I usually color at the end. It's up to you if you want to like color it as you go. I'm just stating how I do my things. So let's have it like that, and let's actually, whoops, wrong one. I wanted about like 8. Okay, yeah. Now just make some steps. It doesn't matter how your steps will look, just as long as they can get up to the patio. Alright, so these are my steps. They're not really that advanced. I'm not trying to go for detail right now. So they're just simple, and those are my steps. So what should we do now? I think we should probably add the pillars of the patio. So what you want to do is just copy any block around and make it, let's make it like 3 by 3. Yeah. So let's make it 3 by 3, put it in a corner, and it doesn't matter, oops, that's not right. It doesn't matter how close you want it to the edge. It's all personal preference like usual. I'm going to put it about right there. And then copy it again and just make it a little bit smaller than the original block. And then move it up. And there you go, that's a pillar. Really simple, and it looks really nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably make this like a 10 stud difference. I'm going to see what it looks like. No, let's actually bring it so that it's, let's do 15. How about that? Yeah, okay, I'll do 15. So now copy it to both sides. Oops, that's not right. Okay, now that you have it on both sides, add one to the back. This may block one of the windows, I think. No, it doesn't. That's pretty good. Hey, that's pretty good. Okay. Now that we have the pillars, we can start. What should we do now? We can add little fences here if you want. That's up to you. I might as well actually add some fences. I'm just gonna do simple, like really skinny fences here. You can see frame a fence. You can do the ones that are like, that have like the little, I don't know what you call it, like the things in between them. Picket, I think. Yeah, you have like picket fences. It's all up to you. I'm just gonna do solid little walls here. Alright, so now that we have the walls down, what we can do is add the roof here. So there's all types of roofs you can do on Roblox. Pretty much, there's literally all types of roofs. In general, there's a lot of things you can do. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier in the video, but you could literally make arched or arced windows, arched door. I don't know how you say arch. Okay, just cope with me here. You could make even an arched roof. That's something that I'll probably do in the future, because I really like building my houses like that. It just feels unique. But right now everything seems blocky, so I'm just trying to do a simple blocky build, but also make it pretty detailed. So a roof that we could go with is just a wedged roof. It's simple. It literally is only 2 parts. So you can, where's the wedges here? So this is what it looks like. It's all up to you how high you want the roof. You could also, like, if you want it to hang off the side of it, it's all choice. So let me find where the middle is here, and then rotate this. Okay, so I need to find where the middle of this thing is here. This might not be perfectly symmetric, but it works for what the purpose of this video is. It's always good to have your stuff symmetric, guys. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that's as symmetric as I can get it. I think it's a little bit, I think it's like a stud off, maybe, like a little, not a stud, a 0.1 stud off. Okay, so now this is where you can choose if you want it to be tall, like you could literally have it like that. I really do not care. That's all up to you. Or you could have it like that. It's choice. So for this one, I'm gonna probably have it like about right here. So now that we have basically our patio done for now, we can start working on the front wall. So what we're gonna want to do is that we're gonna want to add the cover to the top here, or whatever you want to call it, the top wall, and just do that. It's that simple. And then just resize the rest of the walls to match up with the front. Now it looks weird because the windows are like this, so what you want to do is copy the window and, well, the side part of the window, and then rotate it or resize it if you can get it to the same size, and then just do this. And now you can copy that to all sides, which is what I'm going to do right now. Alright, so we're back, you guys. I actually made a little bit of an adjustment. Since earlier, alright, so we're back, you guys. I added all these little covers to the top of the window. And what I also did is that I brought up this roof and made the pillars a little bit taller to match up with this height. You don't have to do that, but I thought it would look nicer because what happened was that previously the window looked... It made the windows look a little weird because it was like really close down like that. So I decided to bring it up a bit. So now that we have that, we can start matching up these walls to the same height as it. That was not right. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now that we have our walls evened out and everything else evened out, what we can do is add the final thing. I know that this looks extremely bland, but this is meant as a template. There's not supposed to be furniture, there's not supposed to be walls yet. That's everything that you guys choose to do. Like, you could even add windows, like I said, many times to the sides. It's just, everything that this is all personal preference. This is basically just a template. In future videos, I will probably furnish this, add a room, I'll even be making furniture tutorials, lights, and everything along the lines of that. But right now, let's just finish this up. So, I'm going to go with the same exact type of roof. So, let's just copy this. I'm sorry if I'm saying so a lot. I have no other like word to say besides that. Alright. And alright. I just realized I've been saying alright a lot. Okay. Now let's resize the roof to how high I think it looks. Looks nice. I think about like that. So that's literally it. You can add lights and stuff inside of it. I'm just not gonna add lights. Actually, I might as well just add a light. I'm gonna show you guys real quick if you don't know how to add a light to something. I think we use point light. I'm gonna make it a blue light because I love the color blue. And let's make this like as bright as possible. Oh my god. Alright, there we go. And then emitting blue light through the entrance. And so let's actually add some detail to these windows, or just miniature detail. I'm gonna make it so it has a little thing in the middle. This thing here. I'm gonna add it to all these sides here. Oh, it's like peeking out to the side a bit. I need to fix that. Alright, so I added this thing in between all windows. Now I'm just gonna add the glass. I made the glass very thin. Where's the transparency? Yeah, okay, this should be right. Hi, noob. realize I haven't really used them that much. Okay, so now we have our windows in. What should we do now? I think what we should start doing is to start coloring this up here. You can add... Maybe we should add a little bit more detail. I actually don't know. What happened here? This isn't right. Let me fix that. Okay, yeah, I don't know why that happened, but it should be better now. Guess I accidentally moved it around a bit. I need to fix this real quick. Okay. Now, to fix the whole stud problem, just hold shift and then select everything. Go to surface tool, select all, and type no outline. And that fixes all the outlines here. You can choose if you want an outline or not, but that's all up to you. And it looks really smooth now. It kind of looks like just one big model. So let's start adding color to this, and I'll get right back at you when I'm done coloring this. Alright, so I just finished coloring everything. I added some texture to these stairs and here on the patio. And over here I changed the roof up a bit. I made it like lengthen out a little bit. And yeah, so this is literally pretty much it. Let's actually start finishing up on the little things, like the door here. And what we're gonna want to do is make this probably protrude out the most out of everything else, including the windows. Okay, so that's that, and now what we want to do is add the door. I'm just gonna make a simple door. I don't know why, but I love making doors because there's so much you could do with just a door. I don't know why I'm even saying that. I think I'm just crazy, but this is probably the most simplest thing you can make right now. This is probably the simplest thing out of this entire build. I hope you're able to make this door. I mean, it's literally only like 2 blocks. Then you can add a no collide to it. Let's fix this little glitching here and bring these to... actually, I'll just do it one at a time. Just bring it in, make it a little bit wider so that it doesn't glitch. Alright, so that's that. This is a simple house build from Fallen Falcon Z, and there's a lot of things you can do with this. Like, many things you can do with this. You can add literally lots of detail to this. Like, here's an example here. It's a really good template for if you're just trying to, like, if you just need something you want to build onto here. Like, you could add, like, I don't even know what the hell this is, but let's just actually just forget that. Let's just forget that. I'm not even thinking. But you get the point. You can add a lot of detail to this since the walls are just plain. It's just, there's a lot of variety that you could do with this house. And if you want to adjust the rooms or add rooms to it, just move the roof out of the way and then just continue building onto it. And so that's pretty much it, you guys. And in future tutorials, I'll be making much more advanced houses. I'm not the best builder that there is. I've seen, like, I have friends that can build a lot better than I can, and this isn't colored, or I don't even know why that was there. But, so yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's actually bring this down over here to the terrain and see what it actually looks like on terrain. Not too bad. Some of it's floating, but let's ignore that. Let's look at it like, actually let's like move it somewhere a little bit more flat. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. I can't get this to work here. I guess that's the closest you'll get it to work. So that's pretty much it, actually. And like I said, in the future I'll make much better tutorials, advanced tutorials, furniture tutorials, all types of tutorials. And if you guys want me to make certain ones, just leave a comment below on what you want. I may make castles and other stuff like that as well, and that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and please leave a like below, and if you haven't, please subscribe. See you guys in the next video.